Adele with YouSpin TV, YouSpin, the social music jukebox for bars, clubs, restaurants, and we're also on TV. We're here with Kendrick,
Yes, sir.
the man. He's big here in San Diego doing his thing with the Lyrical Groove, your group,
Right.
doing a little bit of spoken word, jazz, hip hop, soul kind of thing.
Yeah.
So even doing community activism as well. So huge, like super positive. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Right. So started out doing poetry, spoken word and whatnot, and then years later I started to add like the live musical element. So I have a band called the Lyrical Groove.
Okay.
So we've been around for a little bit, won like 3 San Diego Music Awards, best hip hop artists, as well as like, album and whatnot. So just doing that, I'm actually working on a new album.
Okay.
Called Late Bloomer. So pretty excited about that. Doing a lot more of the pre-production on this one. So I'm actually kind of making the music and working with a good friend of mine, Trev Lay, to bring in musician friends to come in and play everything and take it to that next level. So,
Oh, wow.
So it's been dope so far. So
Very nice. So you're gonna have live instruments and everything in there.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
super dope. So you told me earlier though you also try to do events that deal with like mental health.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about that. That's great.
So my background is like I'm a social worker. I got my master's in social work from USC.
Okay.
And for like the last 15 years or so, I've worked in the mental health field in various capacities. Worked for nonprofit for supporting homeless and runaway youth. I started out when I was in the military. I was a substance abuse counselor, so that's what kind of moved me into that lens of life, so to speak, and then it just really spoke to me. It allowed me an opportunity to actually merge my artistic abilities or as a poet in that space to help people find their place of healing. So I just kind of just been going in that direction. So I actually getting my hours to be a licensed therapist right now, and then I do a lot of trainings and professional development with organizations that relates to implicit bias, communication, conflict resolution skills, things of that nature, and a lot of that is also being able to bring in the arts as a way to help people learn and connect, because the arts offers a way that we can kind of deal with those touchy subjects, but in a way that it allows us to really be present and not get sucked into our own isms of ourselves. And so it allows a good place to kind of work on those particular pieces of who we are. So I believe like art has that space that to do so much more, in terms of like healing, in terms of breathing new life into situations, into people. So I always look for ways to merge those worlds so that that can happen.
So are there any events that you have coming up that they can find you, or?
Actually, right now I'm really I'm full album mode right now. So just a couple of events in towns that I'm always supporting are like Soul Sundays at Public Square in La Mesa. My boy Blake hosts that with Aaron at the Public Square Coffee Shop. Dope. Like many of those musicians that play with me. And it's always a good time. Like it's like a nice, cool vibe, unplugged field, and the musicians are just ridiculous, and they get some of the most talented folks in their homie speaker box. It's been there a few times doing his thing, so it's always a good time. And then there's also Neo Soul Tuesdays. I used to host there for a number of years as well, but they keep San Diego going in terms of like that, R&B soul scene. Popping and it's just a good feel, good energy too. So I'm always trying to support my folks and whatnot when I can. So
For sure. Can you tell the people like where they can find you at or get your music, anything like that?
So we're on all music platforms. Our first album, Spoken Soul, is Tidal, Apple Music, all that good stuff. So you can just Google the Lyrical Groove and we'll pop right up.
We got to get you on YouSpin too then.
Yeah, well, hey, that's why we're here, right?
Right.
Trying to get it in. So, so being able to do those things is always a pleasure, man.
All right, man. Thanks so much, Kendrick, for coming down.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for taking your time out and talking with us. Once again, you're watching YouSpin TV. I'm Adele. You can find us on Instagram, YouSpin _101. Also on Facebook, YouSpin, the social jukebox app. and on Twitch, YouSpin TV. So we'll see you next time. Peace. Shout out and thank you to Red Eye Nation for letting us have this space, and Green Eye Glass here in San Diego. Come out and check them out. Find them on Instagram and on Facebook. What's good, everyone? It's Adele with YouSpin TV, chilling out with the people from Therapy Tonics, Anna and Shaggy. They came here to show us everything they have and tell us a little bit about Therapy Tonics, and I'm just going to pass it on to you.
Well, yeah, so I'm Shaggy. I sort of run the sales and marketing, but most importantly, the education.
Yeah, and I'm Anna Nunez. I do brand ambassador, and I also educate people on what we do and what our drinks and also tinctures do.
Yeah, so with Therapy Tonics, what we try to do is we look for a healthy way to medicate that's not combustible, so no flour or vapes. So mostly we focus on like drinks, tinctures, and then we also have a pure CBD company as well. So our drinks are vegan. We actually use a coconut milk. And then we also use xylitol, which is a diabetic sweetener. So there's no added sugar. So we try to make sure that everybody can enjoy our products, no matter your dietary restrictions or anything like that. So our coffees are usually a 4 ounce, which is 100 milligrams. That might scare a lot of people with the 100 milligrams THC, but we make sure to put bars on the side so you dose yourself. A lot of people are wondering, do you just take this straight? But we really like people to be creative with it. So use it in your coffee as a creamer, use it with your teas, over some vanilla ice cream, phenomenal.
Okay.
It's like a frappuccino that'll get you high.
Okay. Okay. But you can still function with this, or is this something that you want to do like at nighttime or what?
So we really focus on the DNA effect,
Okay.
daytime, nighttime, anytime.
Okay.
So we want something that you add to your daily routine. So if you want a little bit in the morning, our espresso is perfect. It's going to be a sativa blend, 55
Okay.
milligrams sativa, along with 25 milligrams of caffeine. Now, with people might get a little freaked out with the caffeine, coffee, and cannabis.
Mhm.
This actually really blends well together because the cannabis actually takes away some of the jitters from the caffeine.
Okay.
And then also edibles sometimes like bring you down or really body high, so that caffeine picks you up a little bit.
Oh, nice.
But not a cup of coffee has 90 milligrams of caffeine,
Okay.
so it's really not too much. It's just a little pick me up. So the espresso has the most with 25 milligrams of caffeine.
Okay.
The vanilla caramel here has 8.5 milligrams of caffeine in the whole 4 ounce though.
Okay.
And then our matcha has 1.5 in the whole 4 ounce. So it's very little. It's more just what people are accustomed to. And
Okay.
so people drink coffee daily, tea daily. So it's just going along with those effects.
And again, you don't use that whole bottle. You just take a little.
Literally, you just follow the lines
Yeah.
or a capful. What's
Okay.
really nice is beverages kick in about 10 to 15 minutes instead of at 45 minutes to an hour because it doesn't have to break down, it absorbs. So I usually tell people take a little bit, hop in the shower. By the time you hop out, you're already starting to feel good and you know if you need a little bit more or that's your right level.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want to add anything else?
Yeah, and well, like you said, the thing I love about these drinks in particular, they're not like any other edible you had before. And as he said, I love that we can give our customers the power to dose themselves correctly.
Oh yeah. So I was gonna say, just going off what you were saying, like working out early in the morning and starting your day off with having some lemonade or some, some cannabis to get you going, and it also connects with your body. Like when I'm listening to music and I'm feeling the music, I run, right? So I do long distance running. So you're saying like this right here, this lemonade could do that without me having to smoke it.
Oh yeah, and it's actually healthier for you because
Okay.
if you're a runner, that's perfect.
Okay.
If you drink that, your lungs are not going to be suffering.
Yes.
And you're not going to be having to stop because you have to cough or
Yes.
having to drink water.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
an amazing way to work out.
And cannabis is
It
perfect
is.
for
Mhm.
athletes, especially running instead of weightlifting more, just because it takes away that little bit of joint pain and stuff. And so when you're running, your knees will start to hurt or your back might hurt a little bit. This is going to take away that, so you can just go further and further. Also, when you get a little high and you run and you listen to your music, you just sort of zone out. So all of a sudden you do like a mile and a half and you're like, oh, well, I'm still going, and you just keep running because you're just enjoying it, and you're, especially in California. I mean, there's so much scenery around that it's hard not to get just lost while you're drinking this. So this is our pure CBD lemonade. So this won't get you high, but it'll take away the anxiety. It'll take away some pain.
Explain, please.
So anytime we go to events at dispensaries and stuff, we're actually not allowed to give them medicated samples at first.
Okay.
So what we do is we actually bring our non-medicated samples so they can try it, know exactly what it's going to taste like before they buy it.
Okay.
So these are all non-medicated except for our lemonade, of course, is CBD.
Okay.
Also, just a quick tip out there, if you ever do get too high, just use a little CBD and it'll actually bring down your high. Also, potassium as well will do that. And if you're trying to increase your high, eat some mangoes. And that will actually increase your high. But if you get too high, CBD is the best thing to bring down.
It's like a great life hack. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I've known so many people have done it. So if you just have a little CBD oil or so, or a spray or something, gummies, like just take a little bit and it'll just allow you to mellow it out and control it.
That's good to know.
But yeah, so let's try it out. We have our vanilla caramel first. This is going to be almost like a Starbucks Frappuccino.
Okay.
This is perfect, like we said, in a coffee creamer.
Exciting.
My favorite over vanilla ice cream.
Okay. Smells good.
Now with these, you do want to treat them like a Starbucks coffee though. So when you get it out of the fridge, refrigerate it.
Okay.
Don't leave it in your car for 3 weeks. Now I have pulled one out of my car for 3 weeks, tried it. It didn't get me sick or anything. It just tastes so bad. It just doesn't taste good. So make sure it's cold and it'll taste so much better.
Yeah, and they're also made with organic ingredients, so
yeah.
Just make sure you shake it well.
Organic's always great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is something like she's saying.
This is really good.
Like she's saying, you will occasionally.
This one.
No, that was the vanilla
That was
caramel.
the vanilla caramel.
So you will see, just like you see smoothies and juices at like Vons or Sprouts, you're going to see separation. So all you do is you get a quick shake. Because otherwise you're using sodas, preservatives, stuff like that. We want something very natural.
And then this was the chai.
Okay.
So this, this is the Indian spice chai. Actually, next year
smells really good.
Right?
It reminds me of like cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually taken a bowl of cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah,
for
like
the holidays.
Oh wait,
Yes.
cheers!
Cheers. Tell everyone, where can they find your products? Social media outlets. Tell us.
Yeah, so for our THC side, that is only legal in California right now. So you can go to therapytonics.com or Drinkable Therapy, or at Drinkable Therapy for our Instagram, also our Facebook, Therapy Tonics, and you can find what dispensaries we're in. You can also message me on Instagram at Shaggy Needs Therapy. I have no problem telling you what shops we're in. If you want to meet for coffee and learn about our product, our brand, we love to have interpersonal connections with our patients.
You definitely have a new customer.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. This is awesome.
All right. Well, thanks again. Closing out, Sadell with YouSpin TV. Check us out on Instagram, YouSpin_101. Or you can also check us out on Facebook, YouSpin, the social jukebox app. And then you can also check us out on Twitch, YouSpin TV. And download the app on Google Play or even on the App Store. I'm out.
Wake up, wake up, and put this focus in your cup. So wake up, and put